Money FM 89.3. Best of breakfast. Companies to watch.
All right, lots to talk about when it comes to companies to watch. And of course, it is Dan Koh helping us out again. Good morning, Dan.
That's right. Good morning, Ryan. We're heading to the midweek. How's Wednesday feeling?
Well, it's feeling pretty good actually because we've got lots to talk about and of course a lot happening.
Yes, certainly we do. And we're going to look at some of the hidden gems and warning signs to stay clear of in the market. So, of course, I'd like you to be part of this conversation as well. 88550893. Tell us whether you think the company we're going to talk about today is hot or not. Ryan, shall we begin?
Let's go.
Okay, Ryan, you know that TikTok recently got banned and then unbanned, right?
Yeah.
Now, during that interim, were you on any other apps?
Yeah, I use our social media apps to catch up with current affairs, so research purposes. So
Okay, for fun, Ryan, let's not make this boring. I'm just kidding.
okay, but not a lot of TikTok, I have to
Yeah.
admit. It seems to
Okay.
be for a different generation.
Right. Well, here's the thing, right? Ever since it got banned, there's this new up-and-coming app that apparently has been taking the world by storm. And I think you already know what I'm talking about. It's basically XiaoHongShu, aka Red Note. And that's taking the world by storm because a lot of people are flocking over from TikTok and they call themselves TikTok refugees.
Yeah, Americans in particular because of that
Yeah.
ban, and they're trying to get away to an alternative platform. There you go.
Exactly. And, with Americans turning to Chinese-made social apps as an alternative, that's helping to boost some mainland consumer stocks as they represent a potentially new customer base. So, more than 10 companies that do business directly or indirectly with XiaoHongShu hit their daily limits on multiple stock markets. So without further ado, let's turn to some of the companies that are doing well because of XiaoHongShu. And first up, we've got Hangzhou Wanchance Tech Corporation. Now, its share price is currently at about 30.31 yuan, and that's up about 19% year to date. It basically jumped 70% from its close on January 13th, just on speculation that, Chinese companies would step up their social media exposure on XiaoHongShu or increase content for English-speaking users. So it's basically a company that provides electronic commerce services, offers merchandise control, marketing promotion. Just to name a few, it's a little bit like Shopee in a sense.
I'm looking at 70% in 3 days. That's a huge jump.
Yeah, 3 simple days is all it takes for Hangzhou Wanchance Tech Corporation to jump. All right, next up, we've got Young Thai China Pet Foods as well.
Yeah, how do pets come into this equation?
Well, here's the thing. It spiked as much as 25% because there's this new trend where, users or US users to XiaoHongShu were asked by Chinese ones to share a photo of their pet as a so-called cat tax. Guess it's a way to connect to one another.
Yeah, I can get behind it. You can't go wrong with cats.
Yeah, you own a pet, right?
I used to have a cat, so
yeah.
I can get behind this. I think also part of the,
Yeah.
I suppose, story or narrative here is people might be able to find cheaper
Yes,
sources of pet food.
way
and
cheaper.
Maybe that's why they think more Americans could be buying from China.
Exactly, and how it's easy to actually gain access to all these kind of products as well because of how it tags or the shop is tagged to it.
So
Just like the one in
XiaoHongShu
TikTok.
is
Yeah.
a bit more of a shop-oriented app.
It is certainly more of a shop-oriented app, but the problem is that, as of now, I guess they're trying to integrate a little bit more of a lifestyle leisure kind of thing, like what TikTok is doing, but they're still in the process of working it out, especially, the language barriers that they're facing as well. And speaking of language barriers, Duolingo is another stock that's making huge gains over the past few days. And, it's currently trading at about 351.13, and it's up 7% year-to-date, trading on the NASDAQ. Now, the company basically leverages smartphones and develop a bite-size on-demand and an engaging app to help anyone learn new languages.
Yeah, I've heard of this and quite popular for those who are maybe traveling or just going overseas for a short time and picking up really easy nuggets of lessons to I point out a new language.
Exactly. 260% spike in the number of US users studying Mandarin. That's good news for them there. So I'm certainly going to go with an up for all these 3 companies. And my verdict for today for at least XiaoHongShu-linked companies is going to be a hot. What do you think? 88550893. And tell me whether you think that this is going to be an up for these Chinese companies. Now, Ryan, before I let you go, here's a fun fact about XiaoHongShu. Now, in 2013, the founders started the app as an online tour guide for Chinese shoppers, which explains why the interface seems a little bit more catered to people who love to shop, more so than people who want to watch what you've seen on TikTok or, Instagram Reels. So they wanted to provide the opportunity for people to share their shopping experiences with the community and therefore XiaoHongShu. But because of its focus on fashion and beauty trends, its user base was overwhelmingly female. About 80% of users are women, and 80% of their group are 18 to 34. So, huge untapped market here if services starts pivoting to men like Ryan. And there we have it. We've got XiaoHongShu for today's companies to watch.
Before acting on the information on Money FM, please consider if it's suitable for your own investment objectives, financial situation, and risk tolerance.